are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Line gets set, first down. Quarterback on the keeper. Nice move there. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
This offense is really going to try to keep the defense on their heels in the run game by doing it with different guys. It'll be running backs, it'll be quarterbacks. They may even try to get receivers involved in the jet sweep game, reverse game as well. But a nice play there.
Dumps it off in the flats. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Third down, and they'll need 2 on this initial drive of the game. To the ground to try to move the chains. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
Offense gets set for second down. Quarterback will audible. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Holds and fires complete to the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. After picking up a couple of first downs already on this drive, they'll snap it from close to midfield. He wants to throw. A little release to the back. At the 40, there he goes. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Well, good decision there by the QB. A little zone read action. He reads the defensive end crashing down, keeps it himself, gets a nice chunk of yards.
And when you do that, you just sort of get the drive going or keep it going, as the case may be.
It's amazing in college football now how big of a part of each offense the zone read has become. As we're seeing more and more athletic quarterbacks on rosters now, that is a staple of this sport.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Got his man on the outside.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Quickly complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Ball is at the 8-yard line as they try to open the scoring. It's 1st and goal. The jet sweep pass. And it's a touchdown, puts 6 on the board.
And how about the job by this offense? This is not a scrub defense. This is a top 10 defense in college football. You got to take points whenever you can get them. Nice job putting the drive together, putting 6 on the board. No matter how it looks, you just got to keep fighting with this squad.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So the Georgia Southern Eagles offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Walton. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Man, it's so nice to have a quarterback who doesn't flinch. You watch it, man. He's hanging in there, right? Hanging in there. Takes some time for those routes to get down the field. Gets hit as he throws it, but delivers the ball, catches the ball down the field, and makes the big play. Nice toughness by that young man.
Now they'll run the draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Eagles headed quickly to the line. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Grabbed behind the line. It's Walton. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play's over. And that one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys. You start trying to run backward. This ain't high school anymore. And you used to be able to make that play years ago.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. The offense lining up for a first down play. The back goes in motion. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
On second down, just keeps firing. Snagged in the middle, it's Williamson. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. To see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
You know, timing is so important in the RPO game, especially on third down. Quarterback and receiver just didn't have it there, and now it's fourth down.
Finds his big tight end. Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to a first down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
Gets it out fast. Still on his feet at the 45. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
This offense has a second down play. Finds the tight end. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play. Offense picking up steam. First and 10 from the 31. The option look. He'll pitch it. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Now on second down. Fires to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down. And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to push passes. is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
And into the end zone for a touchdown.
What an example of this quarterback just putting his offense on his back. Drop back, wanted to throw the ball downfield, nobody open, no problem. Extend the play, buy himself some time, and then take off with his legs to score that touchdown.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down...
Oh, look out! He's inside the 40, the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Eagles!
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get to the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. He'll keep it himself. Across the 25, he's got room. Racing to the right. The 30. Past the 20. Past the 10.
You're going to win a lot of games if you can generate explosive plays. That's what we've seen in recent weeks from this football team, but this offense, man, they are every defensive coordinator's nightmare because of the players they've got lining up all over.
Didn't take him long to get into the goal-to-go package. Here they are on first down. Here comes the option. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Into their happy place for a touchdown. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score.
It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
Trying to get to it. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Makes the catch. It's Arnold. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Going for it all. Makes the grab on the left side. Touchdown, Eagles. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Makes the grab on third. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
Well, offensive coordinators put in countless hours every week trying to formate and use different personnel groupings and shifts and motions to give their offense a success on third down. You can tell in this game, this offensive coordinator, he has put in the work this week.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Wants to throw on first down. Takes the easy throw in the flat. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. He's got it on the right. Spins away from the defender. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
42 Spider. 42 Spider.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe. And how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Statesboro. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. An offensive showcase, yes, but it's been those dynamic running backs who have set the pace. I'm curious to find out if his ground and pound approach is going to continue into the second half, or if one of those defenses will actually show some pride. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the prettiest little stadium in America.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. All teed up and ready to go here in the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Williams will pass. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
And if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Georgia Southern in a hurry.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And the field goal unit is on the field. And it's no good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game. The misfire on the 49-yard field goal attempt sets him up with pretty good field position at the 32. Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Crosses the 45. And he will finally go out of bounds. downs after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. Oh, he wants it all. Pulls it in inside the 10. Strolls into the end zone for a touchdown.
Now, a lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. You can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. UCF has the lead right now, but this night's crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet here inside the bounce house. They're up by 7 over Sam Houston. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on 1st down. Williams looking for a man. Safe completion on the screen. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Slam to the ground, but not before he gets the 1st down. Georgia Southern about to snap it on another 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking deep down the right side.
Well, the QB looked like he knew where he wanted to go with that football, but give the defense credit. They were able to swat that one away.
The incomplete pass leaves him with 2nd down. Hand off from the shotgun. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Georgia Southern in a hurry. From the gun on 3rd down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Nifty run there, pickup of 6 out to the 25.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding. Offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Flips it out to the back.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a 2nd time. Gets it past the 1st down marker and still running. Hit the afterburners, kid. And what a huge play for this offense after that great run.
I think everybody wants to go for it in this situation, but you got to actually do it, and you got to be comfortable with the consequences if you miss this. Obviously, he was. Conversion's good. Nothing to write home about. No fans upset. Everybody happy. All right.
The spin, still on his feet. They'll bring him down, but not before he put people in the spin cycle. Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down.
Green 25.
Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
They'll leave it with him. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. Wants to go up top. He's got it, and he goes into the end zone for the touchdown. Here comes the two-point try. Finds his big tight end. He's into the end. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. And the timing just a hair off. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Williams will pass. Throws for the tight end. It's complete. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. They keep attacking through the air. Pulls it in. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Eagles are on the move. Going up top on first down. Quick strike complete. How about those sweet twinkle toes-like moves as he gets to the 38?
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his tight end. Running toward the tape. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. And they take it in for 6 more points. And now they'll empty the backfield for the two-point try. Looking to throw. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete. If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive.
Let's get weird. This is exactly what they needed. They needed something to happen. Down 2 possessions, 4th quarter, got to make it happen. Onside kick team comes through.
With the catch, it's Burgess. Stopped after making the catch. Georgia Southern in a hurry.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way.
Catch inside the 25. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game, offense.
The delay of game pushes the offense back. Georgia Southern will have it now, first and goal. Williams looking for a man. Fires to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
On first down, here comes this offense. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. To the ground with the back. Got enough space. And there. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Inside the 35. He's loose. And he takes it in on the final play of the game. You played through the echo of the whistle, and they did that with a ceiling touchdown.
And with that TD, this team looking to go 4-0. Just how you want to start a season, man. They've done an unbelievable job answering all the questions, starting off the year just how you want to. Now, keep it going. Keep that momentum. Don't relax. What a start to the season.
Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
And it's amazing how much offense has just boomed in college football. So good. So many ways to hurt you. You saw both of these offenses put on the show today, Jason.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And, man, we saw that here today.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.